everyone, I'm Megan with the I Believe podcast. We have a fantastic guest today. I can't wait for you to meet her. We have Jacquelyn Rodriguez. She is the owner of Enlightened Salon and the Holistic Salon Academy. So welcome, Jacquelyn. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to just dive into amazing conversations.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you to our podcast.
What brought me to the podcast was just really my love for holistic lifestyle, but even more so because of the industry I've been in for so long is really the holistic, clean, and sustainable beauty industry and, everything that brings us together with.
And that's why I'm so excited that you're here, because we really do need some help breaking it down, because when you go to buy cosmetics or just, to the salon, there's all kinds of products and it's so overwhelming what's safe and what isn't. And I think we really do need your help.
Yeah, it is a big, big undertaking. I have been doing my research for the salon's been 13 years, so 15, 16 years of really diving in deep to like what we even have, our options and everything. So it's a constant evolution of what is possible.
Tell us a little bit about starting the Holistic Salon Academy. What was that like?
Well, the Academy has come over the last 4 years. And really, the reason I started the Academy is from running the salon for the last 13 years and seeing that there is a gap, a huge gap in the industry where a lot of stylists we don't even know that we're around toxic chemicals and the impact it's actually it's having on our own lives and our livelihood. And then also the responsibility of what we offer to our clients in the salon. So it really affects every aspect of our lives. And I saw a huge gap there because when I started my salon, I literally had no one telling me what I should do, how to set it up, what products to use, what not to do. I had to figure it out on my own. So after all of these years, I just decided that I could talk about this in my sleep. I absolutely love it. And why not give other stylists and salon owners the blueprint so that they don't have to figure it all out by themselves and create a community of like-minded, caring, impact-driven salon owners.
I love that. And it's so true. What you put on your body is just as important as what we put in our body. And we hear so much about nutrition, but cosmetics we don't hear near enough about.
Well, and you see the trends happening. You see it first in the food, like you said. We've heard about organic food and eating less sugar and reducing the toxins. And now we've got Food Babe going everywhere and really making people stand up for what they want and what they don't want in their food. And we've been seeing that for a long time. And that really switched over to the wellness industry, the health industry, working out. How many detoxes have you seen, and red light therapy and saunas and all of these things? And it switched over to the health and wellness. It's slowly trickling in to the beauty industry. And the beauty industry, I feel is a little bit harder only because we don't typically think about health and wellness when we're talking beauty, because that's the outside. But everything we do is going to impact everything we have on the outside. What you put in your body, how you take care of your body, the products that you're putting into or on your body and into your body, it all makes sense. And you just start to see those trends coming over to the beauty industry. We're still in the awareness stage, though.
That makes total sense. I had one of those awareness moments. This was several years ago, but I grew up my whole life putting lotion on, not thinking twice about it because that was just what you did. And then one day I had a lotion bottle that I used all of the lotion, and it dawned on me that I had put that entire bottle of lotion into my body, absorbed through my skin, but every chemical in that thing had gone into my body, not ingested, but just absorbed. And it was this very weird awakening feeling of oh my gosh, what's in this? And so I kind of get like what you're saying, like we take it so for granted that we don't think about it.
Well, because we haven't really been taught. Like, we can't do something about something we don't even know about, right? And you don't think about these things because if you look at all the commercials, you look at TV, you look at all the celebrities, they're putting whatever on, and there's no talk about, is this actually healthy for you or is it not? So you do what you know and you've been taught to do, and you don't question it until you have a moment like that. And really, once you have that moment, it is like a complete eye opener. And then you start to, you can't unsee it, right? You start to make different decisions. You may not know exactly where to start, but at least you're able to wake up to that fact. And I remember going through that. And for me, it was like I opened Pandora's box and I couldn't close it ever again. And it was scary because then all of a sudden I started freaking out about like everything that was around me, every lotion, every makeup product, every hair. I'm in the beauty industry, so I'm bombarded with products, and I didn't know really where to start. And I started to feel like overwhelmed, and I really kind of almost stopped and said, okay, I can't deal with this. Like, it's too hard. And in that moment, I remember thinking, okay, I just got to take one thing, right? It's that one lotion, it's that one product, it is one shampoo. And if I can just change one thing, then the rest just start to come a little bit easier. So I had to like learn how to manage my emotions and also manage the overwhelm.
Absolutely. So, one thing that you mentioned, the celebrities, I just want to touch on that for a second because that is one of the worst things because you know those celebrities are not using the products they're selling. They're doing it because they're getting paid to do it. I don't think Jennifer Aniston uses Pond's from the grocery store, but will she sell it? Yes.
Yeah.
So, that is definitely something to consider is just because somebody's doing an ad, it does not mean they are using that product. And then the next thing, you mentioned being overwhelmed by the products. I feel like that at the grocery store. Like buying food, I feel like that. Like if I buy organic apples, but I don't buy organic tomatoes, is it even worth buying the organic apples? And where's the line and how much? And we just have to do the best we can, even if it's just one product. Just start with one product, do the best you can do, and don't freak out if it's not all the products. It's not all or none. It's as best as you can.
Yes. So, one thing I'm going to say to that is we've got to think about our beauty routines in a completely different way, right? It does not have to be all or nothing. I've been doing this for 15 years. There are still some things where I'm just like, I know it's not the best for me. I mean, I color my hair. I have green hair. I use a lower ammonia color, so I try to do what I can, but it's not all or nothing. Because if we approach it from that perspective, we are going to burn out and we are just going to like give up. It is not going to be sustainable. So the other thing about that is we don't have to do everything perfectly. If you just pick one product, like if every human on this earth just chose one thing, the compound effect would dramatically reduce, right? Because we know compound effect in like finance and things like that, where one penny can turn into $1 million over time. It's the same with toxins. One toxic product that you eliminate is going to have a compound effect on your health in a positive.
Castle Biosciences is a proud sponsor of this I Believe podcast. Castle's innovative uveal melanoma tests provide valuable information about the risk of your eye cancer spreading to help you and your healthcare team individualize the management of your disease. To learn more, visit castlebiosciences.com.
So if you think of it that way, you just do one at a time, because here's the thing, everything we have, and I'm grabbing for things because I'm right here at my makeup desk. So I have all of my things. If I just grab one of them, it is also going to trigger something in me to go to the store when I'm shopping online and just look. Like, can I find a better product next time? Because it's all consumable. You are going to use it and then you're going to go find something new. So if every time you go to find something new, you just look for a little bit better. Doesn't have to be the end all be all product. It's just how is it a little bit better than the last product I had? Those small steps are going to have huge benefits and compound effect on your health and to help you reduce. And then it just becomes a way of living, and then you don't have to think about it.
It doesn't have to be like throw everything in your bathroom in the trash and start fresh. It can just be replace one item as you run out of it, and you would have bought something anyway.
Exactly. And here's the thing is I talk about clean ingredients, but I'm also really into sustainability for the earth and not creating a bunch of waste. So it would be very awful of me to tell you, like, go clean out your entire makeup cabinet, throw it all away, and go buy something, new that's cleaner. Why? Then we have a whole nother issue and we're creating a bunch of waste. You've wasted a lot of money. You've wasted a lot of resources. Look, using up what you have is not going to kill you. You've already been using it for this long. It's just the conscious thought of changing when you go to get something else and not thinking always like it doesn't have to be all or nothing, but how is it affecting a circular economy as well, which includes the sustainability and everything.
That's a great way to look at it. So, can you tell us a little bit about what kind of products we should look for and what kind of ingredients we should stay away from? What are the things that you want to look for and want to avoid?
Of course. This could be an episode on its own. And I don't claim to be a chemist. Like I don't know all the names and like the technical jargon of it all. But what you want to do is research. Looking at the ingredients. So the number one thing I will say is do not look at the front of the bottle. That's all marketing. It's going to say, because it's trendy now, it's going to say natural, paraben-free, toxic-free, clean ingredients, natural, organic. I mean, there's a whole slew of names that they're putting to this. But the issue is the FDA is not regulating any of these terms. So they can put whatever they want on their bottles. They can literally say organic ingredients and one ingredient in the bottle is organic. But you now have the knowledge to flip it over and look at the ingredients. And when you do that, you will automatically start to see, okay, so they say organic and 10 ingredients are organic. Okay, we're on a good roll. Or you flip it over and it's one organic ingredient and then a bunch of other stuff you can't pronounce. Maybe not the best solution, right? Start to do the research, looking at what are the ingredients. One of the biggest ingredients that a lot of people don't think about, and it's really important in like beauty and skincare for people, is fragrance and perfume. And this one was a little hard for me to like swallow because I was like, oh, this is just so frustrating. I personally can't do perfumes. Like I immediately have like a bad reaction, headache, the whole nine. So I can't use them because it does trigger effects for me. But in perfume and fragrance, when you see that on the bottle, it is a proprietary blend. It is not regulated. You, as a company, they can put whatever inside of that and not claim it because it's proprietary and they don't want somebody to steal their proprietary blend. So
that's very scary.
Yes, it
that's
is.
The way they can hide whatever chemical they want to hide.
I'm not saying that every single product does that, right? There are brands out there that say perfume and say fragrance, and then they list out everything that is in that. So for me, when I go to look for a brand that I am going to personally use on myself or my kids or my clients, I look for transparency. So if I flip that bottle around and I can see all the ingredients are in there and it says perfume, but then it lists out all the essential oils, or that they use safe synthetic fragrances, okay, we're somewhere now, right? So it's just knowing that, like what to start to look for. And again, if you buy something and then you find out, oh my gosh, this was not as clean as I thought, you just buy something different next time and you're okay. It takes a little while to like get the hang of it, and also just to, you know, to know what you're looking for.
That's a great way to look at it. So, do you have any favorite products that you could recommend?
Yeah, I have so many because I have done. So, as a professional and in my salon, my favorite products are OA. So, if you can find an OA salon near you, you are on the right track. The products are super clean. It's a brand from Italy and they are very transparent. Not everything's 100%. And they are super, super clean from a biodynamic farm. Great brand. Another one for professionals, or if you're going to the salon and looking, Innersense Beauty is phenomenal. They have amazing products, really clean, really, stable and into sustainability and being as transparent as possible. So those are professionals. I also love Dip Hair Care. If you've ever used a shampoo and conditioner bar, this one is the absolute best. Really caring, really great ingredients. They do use synthetic fragrances, but these safe for you synthetic fragrances, because the one thing about the fragrances there is like everybody's either team synthetic or team natural or, essential oils. But everyone cannot be okay with one or the other, right? You may be allergic to essential oils, to plant-based. Then you've got a whole nother problem. So safe synthetic fragrances is the way to go there. So being able to really take a look at the transparency and the brand, and Dip is one of my favorites for that. Makeup wise, I mean, we could be here a while. How many do you want me to give you?
My makeup would be really helpful because a lot of our patients have a prosthetic eye and there's, just some issues with the eye. So any good eye products would be really helpful.
So with eye products, my two favorites are Ilia Beauty mascara. Their mascara is beautiful. It works. It's what I have on today. Ilia, they also have, I have my little, now these are the ones I use, so don't judge me for being a little dirty because it's white. It's so hard. Makeup and white don't go together. But Ilia is a great brand. They've got beautiful eyeshadows and they have beautiful mascaras that last. They're great. They give great volume. And then the other brand that I love is Fit Glow Beauty. This is a primer for your eyelashes. Fantastic. So I don't have super long, luxurious eyelashes, and I use this primer, and it's a purple base, and this just helps coat and give me like longer lashes, and then I put the Ilia mascara over top.
Ooh, that's a pro tip.
Yeah. Fantastic. This is like my duo here. I love it.
I do have a question about mascara.
Sure.
What do you think about waterproof mascara? Is that bad? What makes it waterproof?
Chemicals.
Is it
Not
bad?
good for you chemicals. Yes.
Oh, no.
So anything waterproof, whether it's mascara, whether it's lipstick, those forever lipsticks that last all day, it can't be good for you. It is a chemical base. It's a forever chemical that is going to be endo disruptors. I always stay away from waterproof or like long lasting, especially in any type of makeup or things like that. But even if you're thinking about like any type of product that you're using, there's got to be some chemical that makes it waterproof. And it's not going to be the best option because I personally don't know of a clean waterproof brand.
That's what I was afraid you were going to say.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. What do we wear to the beach?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I don't wear any makeup when I go to the beach, or I just know that I'm going to have to take and wipe it so I don't have,
Yeah.
the black eye, basically. Yeah. And I just reapply my lipstick. So,
Yeah.
there's always going to be give and take to it, but I have gotten away from all waterproof myself.
Okay. I will do that when my tube is empty. I will not buy waterproof again.
I'm so sorry. I know it was like, it's such a low blow.
Oh, it is. It's hard, but I was pretty sure you were gonna say that, so I was already thinking that. That's why I asked. So thanks for confirming.
Of course.
We'll ditch the waterproof. What about lips? Because you ingest what you put on your lips. So how about lips?
Yeah, Ilia's one of my favorites too. So, I don't have one right here. I have their little testers. They send these. They're amazing. So, lip balms.
Oh,
Amazing lip balms with all different colors. They come in actual tubes. I just don't have it near me. But they got all colors. Really clean. You're not going to be having, all of the extra chemicals in it, those red dyes and things like that. Like we see it, we don't want it on our food. It's not allowed in our cosmetics anymore. But you also want to make sure there's not like heavy metals and things like that. And waterproof is an absolute no-no.
Okay, so red dyes are not allowed in cosmetics either?
No, they haven't been. I think it's like red dye 7 or 8. I don't quote me on which one, but there's one red dye that they haven't had in cosmetics forever, but it's still allowed in our food. So, yay. Yeah, and that's one of the things Food Babe is fighting right now is, to get those out of our food. Because if it's not allowed in our cosmetics, why are we ingesting it?
Who is Food Babe? I haven't heard of Food Babe.
Food Babe is, I don't know her personally. I want to, I'd love to.
She sounds cool.
Yeah, she's super cool. Let me look her up.
Okay.
Author and founder of Truvani, but she is going to all these big companies and demanding, like she's really getting people signing up and advocating, like going in and actually like lobbying. So she's really inspiring because she's going in and causing a ruckus and getting people to start to look at what's in our foods and what we're giving our kids and to call these companies and actually hold them accountable, because I know nothing about the food industry. Like I just know what I want and don't want in it, but I haven't dove deep into that. But just like Kellogg's is one that she's really been going for, because in their cereals that we give, like it's marketed to give to our kids for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, great snack, all of these things. And they have dyes in them. And we know that the dyes actually are causing and wreaking havoc on our bodies. And we're giving it to these young, innocent children. And in the States, they have food dyes. In Canada and the EU, they're not food dyes. They're dyed with vegetables and natural, like actually natural dyes. And if they already have that formula, why are they poisoning the kids of the United States instead of giving them something that is cleaner and less harmful to our kids? So she is rallying against these companies to start making changes and hold them accountable. So like, I love what she's doing, and I want to do that. And in the beauty industry, like that's why I have started my salon, to raise awareness and to help others like really see that you can become a conscious consumer. And then the academy is really to offer more salons like mine across the world. Like we should have more options. But again, we don't know what we don't know. So I'm on a much, much smaller scale yet right now, right? That Food Babe has just been able to like make some really amazing moves and create some buzz around it in a positive way, right? I love it. So you'll have to follow her.
Well, I haven't heard of her, but I'm excited to check her out. And I have no doubt that you will do the same in cosmetics. So I'm really excited to watch what you end up doing with it, because it is fascinating and it is so overwhelming. People want the help. They want to follow someone like you who's going to say, hey, here's a good product. Try this. so they don't have to go stand at the store and look at, a whole aisle of options. And then they get overwhelmed and think, I can't read the back of 50 products. I don't know what's the best one.
Yeah.
So I think that people would love somebody to tell them this is a good choice.
Aura Biosciences is a clinical stage biotechnology company focused on developing precision therapies for solid tumors that aim to preserve organ function. Our lead candidate, Belsar, is currently in late-stage development for primary choroidal melanoma and in early-stage development in other ocular oncology indications and bladder cancer. Our mission is to grow as an innovative global oncology company that positively transforms the lives of patients. For more information, please visit us at aurabiosciences.com.
Yeah, and I love giving my opinion on like what I personally use, but I do think it starts to become where we do have to take a little bit more accountability for what we're purchasing, because we do vote with our dollars. Every single dollar you spend, you are voting. And we don't think about it that way because it's the easiest, or it's what we've been told to buy, or it's what we've bought for like the last however many years, right? So we stop taking the thought process out of what we're buying, and we just kind of do what we've always done or been told to do. And when we start to really look at that behavior and see like, hey, I'm in control. I don't have to know everything, but I'm consciously going to spend and vote with my dollars in things that I believe in and that align with my values and that are not going to be harmful to me or the planet. I think it's a very powerful stance to be in. And again, doesn't have to be all or nothing, but it is, really taking control of what you are doing on a day-to-day basis, and follow people like me, or have other people that you're following. There's a ton of apps out there as well that can also help you. Like, I don't know, I've done this for a long time and I still can't even pronounce half of the ingredients that are in products, but I do my research and I have apps that I will look at and say, okay, this ingredient does this. And then I know, is it okay? Is it something that's really going to harm me? Is it something that maybe is not that big of a deal unless I have an allergy to it, right? So looking and researching a little bit more.
Do you have the name of any of the apps off the top of your head?
Yes, the one I personally use is Switch Natural. And there's a lot of apps out there. The one thing which is actually funny, my stylist just sent me a message yesterday and was like, hey, why are we not like rated very high on these other apps? Take everything you see on the apps and it's all with a grain of salt. You have to like do your research, do your due diligence. Some of these apps will give you a rating based off of their values and what's important to them, what their standards are. So you have to see, does it align? I will usually search a few different apps, especially when I was first starting. Like, I would search a few different apps. If one said, oh, this is terrible for you, but then one said it was completely clean, I'm like, okay, why? Because again, it's their standards. So see what's important to you and look at what is the ingredient. If it's the last ingredient on the whole list, and it is something that only if you have allergies to maybe citrus essential oils that it's going to be bad for you. Okay, do you actually have citrus oil allergies, or do you not, right? Now, if it's a formaldehyde or something that is going to be like wreaking havoc, okay, don't use them, right? You don't want to use those. But some of them, it can be just allergens for certain people. So the EWG is another one. They have an app. And On Skin, I think, is what my stylists use. But don't quote me on that one. I'll have to look that one up because she uses that one. But I use Switch Natural.
Perfect. And we can link those in the show notes. So if you're wanting to check those out, check the show notes. And then my next question, are there any stores that carry more of these products that would be, people might have more luck in, or stores that carry less of them that maybe like skip that store?
That's a tough one because where I'm at, There's not a whole lot of stores I can go to.
That's probably a lot of people, actually.
Yeah. So I do a lot more shopping online with the brand.
Mm.
Here's one tip. Don't buy
Okay.
off of Amazon. Do not buy cosmetics or hair products and things like that, or vitamins or food off of Amazon unless you are going to that brand's Amazon store. If it is a third party store, just don't buy it. You have no idea what you're getting. And it's
True.
especially because a lot of the times you're getting like a discount. It's like, oh my goodness, this,
Mhm.
$100 palette is $5.99. I promise the store is not selling it for $5.99. And you're not getting the real thing. Because I've actually had clients bring me products that they have bought off of Amazon. And they're like, oh, well, I was able to get my Away off of Amazon for like cheaper. But I don't really like it. It's not working for me. I'm like, okay, bring it in. Bring it in. And we literally will take my bottle from the manufacturer and the bottle that they got off of Amazon, and it's not even the same like color consistency. It's not the same product. It's just being refilled with things. It might be the bottle.
That's crazy.
So I definitely don't buy off of Amazon. Look at the stores. There might be stores like the Sephora near me, I won't buy anything from. The Sephora I went to when I was in where was it? Sacramento or somewhere. They sold Ilia. So I could go in and actually test out the Ilia brand, and then I order online. Because sometimes you just want to be able to touch makeup and these types of things. So you can research the stores around you. If you go to ilia.com, you can see which ones are around you. One other store that I really love is if you can find a refillery, it's fantastic. Usually refilleries, and I say usually because, of course, not everything is 100% all the time, but for the most part, refilleries are going to really be focused on sustainability for sure, because they're trying to reduce waste, but they're also going to be focused on cleaner products. Because if you're caring about sustainability, you usually care what are the ingredients, because that also harms our planet. Those are great places to shop. Shop with your local refillery, and there's a lot of products there. And then look for a stylist that's going to focus on more clean and sustainable products.
Great advice. I love that. I didn't realize that Amazon was selling knockoffs, but it makes total sense. But I would have just never guessed.
Yeah, well, we don't think about it until you get burned. I had a client who bought a Dyson Airwrap on there, working perfectly. It was great. 6 months later, broke. She's like, oh, she was calling Dyson over and over again because I'm not an affiliate for Dyson, but I love Dyson products
I
because
do
they're so
too.
innovative.
Yes.
They're amazing. So I use them in the salon. I talk about them. And she was like, yeah, you told me that they've got great customer service, but I'm calling them and they're like giving me the runaround and they're not like listening to me. Come to find out, she bought a knockoff. She spent 500 and some dollars, bought a knockoff that is obviously not a Dyson product. So Dyson, I mean, what is Dyson supposed to do? They can't give you a replacement. They can't give you money back because it's not actually a Dyson product. So she lost all that money. So again, make sure it's from the company itself, because there's some companies out there who have, their brand store on Amazon. They're selling you the actual stuff, but don't buy from third party.
Yeah, be very careful. That is
Mhm.
very, very good advice. If you take nothing else away, that might be the one nugget you keep.
Yes, because we're all shopping on Amazon as much as, I mean, that's an episode of its own, also, like
Mhm.
what's happening behind the scenes and everything, but just be safe if you are. But
Uh-huh.
shop local. There's so many cool brands and stores out there really trying to do good. And they're there, depending, of course, where you live. But especially if you're in bigger cities, forget it. You've got access to so many cool things.
Definitely. And right now, all the companies are shipping. So really, I mean, you pretty much are going to have access to anything, especially if you live in the States.
Yeah. And if you're in other countries, I mean, Canada's got some amazing product lines that you can get there that's harder for us to get here, right? Doing the research, when you're sitting there watching TV and you're hanging out, just dive into a few different product brands and look at their page and kind of do that background research of, are they really transparent? Like, because one of the things you want to look at when you're looking online is, first off, on their page, are they actually telling you what the ingredients are? Nothing is more frustrating than getting on a page that says key ingredients, but then there's nowhere at all listed the entire ingredient list. That to me is very frustrating and one of the red flags. So I do my due diligence, and I will actually like send them a message or call them and be like, okay, so where's the full list? I want the full ingredient list. If they give me the runaround, but their page is saying natural and organic, I will not purchase. So transparency, looking at, are they going to scream from the rooftops that they are using clean ingredients and that they're actually doing what they say they're doing?
Yeah, fantastic. So if somebody wants to follow you and see what you're posting about and what you're using, where can they follow you?
The best place is the Clean Beauty Biz Coach on Instagram and Enlightened Styles on Instagram. So I'm there on both platforms, or all platforms under those names.
Perfect. We will put that in the show notes. We'll put all of the links so you can find Jacquelyn wherever you want to be. Is there anything else we want to add, or are we ready to wrap up?
I think the only thing is like, just give yourself some grace. Enjoy the process, have fun with it, and take one product one day at a time.
I love that. And that's something we say on this podcast all the time, is give yourself some grace. We're all human and we do the best we can. And sometimes that's good and sometimes it's less than good, and it's all fine.
It is. 80% of the time, I'm pretty much on board. 20% of the time, I'm just like, oh, it is what it is. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. It's okay.
Right. And if you just do 10% better than you did last time, you're improving. So shoot for 10%. If you can't shoot for more, that's enough.
Yes.
So we're a big fan of do your best, and it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect because we are human. And yeah, give yourself some grace, love yourself, and extend that to your friends and family too. Give them some grace. And sometimes if someone's annoying you, take a minute and remember that and think, you know what? We're all human. Let's take a chill pill and be happy.
Like,
It's
you
so
have
true.
no idea what somebody's morning or evening was like. And I swear and live by the fact that if we just spread more love, like if I just lovingly smile at somebody, or just not let that person who cut me off, get under my skin and follow, the frustration all day, just spread more love and compassion for humanity, because we're all going through so much right now.
Yeah,
And
you ever have like a interaction with somebody and they're just really kind to you and it just brightens your whole day and you just feel better, and then you're nice to someone and it's that whole ripple effect versus a bad interaction and then you're in a bad mood and then you're rude to someone and then that ripples. So spread that positivity and kindness, and don't buy waterproof mascara. We're all going to do our 10% better tomorrow.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Jacquelyn, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much for all of the information. We've truly enjoyed having you talk with us today, and all of the information you've shared. It'll all be linked in the show notes. And to everyone watching, thank you for tuning in. This podcast cannot happen without you. So if you would like to continue getting the free information in the podcast, please subscribe. You can find us on YouTube in the video version. The audio version is going to be anywhere you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify. So please subscribe to all of the platforms, or any of them that you do use. And please tune in and watch again. Leave us a like, leave us a comment, follow us on our social medias. We're on Facebook, Instagram, pretty much all of them. So find us wherever you like to be and engage with us. Leave us comments. It all helps so much. So spread that positivity by giving us some likes and some little hearts. We would love it. And the biggest thank you to our sponsors. We have the best sponsors and they bring you this free information too. So please check out our sponsors and leave them some love on their social media too. They would love it. And we will see you guys next time.